Hello, our regular weekly updates about the artificial intelligence, May 23rd, Friday, and a lot of updates as usual. So, a couple of slogans for this week. Anthropic, best AI agents. So the new version of Anthropic was released yesterday. It is amazing, and it specifically targets coding and agentic work. And another title is AI powered is the new .com. So if you remember .com, I don't know, Gold Rush was about 25 years ago, and then many of the companies went out of business. So today we have AI Gold Rush, and many of today's companies also will go out of business, but we will discuss it. Anyway, first about Claude 4. Long awaited. I'm very excited about it. So they released two models in Claude 4 family. It is Opus and Sonnet, and this is the comparison of the accuracy. So you see Opus 4 and Sonnet 4, they about the same level. And then we have Sonnet 3.7, the previous model. And then goes others like OpenAI Codex, which is coding agent from OpenAI, OpenAI O3, GPT 4.1, which is the recently released model specifically for coding, actually, and Gemini 2.5 Pro. So Gemini is a very good model from Google. February was version 2 released, and now they released 2.5 Pro, which is their best. And you see, it's not as good as Claude. Claude actually winning in multiple benchmarks and use cases. And Anthropic positions themselves as the best professional grade coding. So they decided not to compete in chatbots and other areas, but specifically in technical coding and agentic work, right? And the new versions of model, they are kind of hybrid. So you see Claude Opus 4 and Sonnet are hybrid models offering two modes, near instant responses and extended thinking. And another big feature is memory persistence. So example of Rakuten, which is a Japanese company, they actually own Viber messaging app on the phones. And yeah, they were early testers and they ran Opus 4 for nearly 7 hours on a complex open source refactoring project. So these new systems can work on multiple files, can refactor multiple files in parallel. And yeah, it's quite amazing. So if you want to use Claude 4 in your Visual Studio Code, you can do it. We started doing this. We're using Klein. And Klein originally was called Claude Dev. It is a free extension. It has a lot of stars on GitHub. It's open source. Yeah, and by the way, Klein also support Gemini from Google, so you can use both of the top models using Klein with Visual Studio Code. Okay, next, this week there were three events. It was a Google I/O event, Microsoft Build event, and a huge Computex event in Taiwan. So let's talk about Google event. Wow, there's a lot of progress, and I just make a very short list even without links because they cannot fit in one page. But yeah, there is a hardware, inward TPU, Google Beam, AI first video communication, which can locate your head as you move it, and head tracking, real-time speech translation in Google Meet. So far just English and Spanish, but they will add more languages. Android glasses, they have now a more expensive subscription at $250 a month, which is called the Google AI Ultra, which gives you the most recent models and features and more traffic. Flow, it is for filmmaking. Gemini 2.5 Pro now has deep think option. Gemini diffusion for text. Usually diffusion models are only used for images, but now for text, Gemini in Chrome runs in Chrome. Gemini Robotics model to teach robots, Veo 3 for video audio, Lyria 2 music generation, improved text-to-speech, multi-voice, Imagen 4 image generation, Project Astra, its universal AI assistant, agent-to-agent protocol. This is a big project with a lot of partners. Support to MCP protocol from Anthropic, Model Context Protocol. Who is not muted? Please mute yourself. Gemini in Google Apps, Google Docs, and so on. Scientific models like AlphaProof, CoScientist, AlphaEvolve, medical diagnostics, AlphaFold, FireSet detects wildfires. Huge number of projects, and these projects are not small projects, they are big projects. So Gemini grows in popularity. They have 400 plus million monthly active users, gaining on ChatGPT, which have about 600 million users. So this graph shows over the last year and a half how the accuracy of Gemini was growing. So this is February model, this is May model. This is from the presentation. Gemma 3.n. This is a small variant of Gemma open source model, but for edge devices which runs on your small device, like on your phone, for example. Next is Microsoft Build. Again, huge event in Seattle Convention Center. So this is how it looks. This is Satya Nadella on a keynote presentation. A lot of stuff, as you know. Azure always had many models. They have this Azure AI Foundry with hundreds and hundreds of different models, and cloud infrastructure to run this. New pre-built AI agents, custom agent building blocks, multi-agent capabilities. So it's all about agents everywhere. Enterprise-ready AI governance. Copilot. They actually released Copilot chat in open source. So you see, GitHub Copilot chat is open source under MIT license, very permissive, but it's just a chat. It's not actual models, it's not the cloud infrastructure, it's just the front-end chat. Microsoft Discovery, accelerate research and development, natural language web, NL Web. So this is a very interesting project. The idea is that websites supposed to behave not just passive presenting text and images, but as agentic applications and with natural language interfaces. A lot of innovation, right? Okay, this is just information about this channel, so please subscribe and like. We post video every Friday, about 25-30 minutes, and under each video there's a link to the slides. Okay, next about Computex in Taiwan. Like, as you know, Nvidia is leaving US and their new headquarters are in Taiwan, and the main keynote speech was by Nvidia's CEO. So this is the center for this event, one of the world's largest technology trade shows focusing on computers, laptops, PC hardware, and so on. So this year, the main theme was AI Next. So AI, robotics, next generation technology, and future mobility. And this is Tapai Exhibition Center in Taiwan. Okay, so theme AI Next, a lot of exhibitions, booths, many countries, dominated by AI. The two major keynote speeches were from Nvidia and Qualcomm. AI transformative power, described the famous rack, which is this Grace Blackwell system. It works as one giant GPU. Each rack delivers compute power equivalent to hundreds of traditional data centers. Quite amazing. NVLink, how they connect GPUs to work together. Robotics, how they train robots in like virtual environment. Very good video here. partnership with Foxconn. So they are creating a massive supercomputer with 10,000 Blackwell GPUs. Yeah, so it's very interesting. And then Qualcomm CEO, we're talking about ARM-based Snapdragon. You know, there are some Windows computers which are using Snapdragon CPU, which is similar to Apple silicon chips. Nearly every major company highlighted AI integration, from edge computing to robotics. Samsung announced new TVs, whatever. I'll just leave you. Okay, according to Gartner, global spending on generative AI is projected to reach 644 billion this year. And AI is expected to become standard feature in all consumer electronics. Okay, next, Mistral, the French company, they did something very clever. Several weeks ago, I spoke about a model called Open Hands by a company called All Hands AI. So what Open Hands did, they took Qwen 2.5 32 billion parameters and they improved it using their own technology and made very, very good coding model, which we were using. I'm using it personally. It's good. But what Mistral did, they partnered with the same All Hands AI, but instead of using Qwen 2.532b, they used their own model, which is Mistral Small 3.1, which is 24 billion parameters, and they improved it, and they made their own version called Devstral, and this is specifically for coding. And right now, it's supposed to be the best coding model which you can run on your laptop. And just to confirm that Open Hands model and Devstral model, they are different. It's not the same. So Open Hands is based on Qwen, and Devstral is based on Mistral Small. It's it's available. You can download and use it. Open source, Agentic coding, Apache license, available Hugging Face, Alama, and everywhere. You can run it on just one GPU or your Mac laptop. And yeah, so it's very good. It has agentic capabilities, achieves high score on software bench. Yeah, it's very good. And via API, if you want to use it via API, is available as Devstral Small 2505. Okay, next, Nvidia EoRA. I don't know how to say it. So improve compressed models. What people often do, they take a big model and they quantize it down to make it smaller to run on a small computer, but then you lose some accuracy. So this work from Nvidia is to improve the accuracy, and they use technology which they call eigenspace low rank approximation, which allows to improve the accuracy in like areas which are important. So you do it after quantizing your model to improve accuracy. So this is a research paper and article about it. Next, ARI, Advanced Research and Insights. This is coming from u.com. So it's a professional grade agent developed by this company, and it can process hundreds of sources simultaneously, uses chain of thought, reasoning, real-time verification, visualizations, connect to internal data sources, supports collaboration. It outperforms OpenAI on multiple benchmarks, and yeah, it saves a lot of. So you see the comparison. So this is their system, and this I guess is what OpenAI. So you see how better it is. It is commercial product. It's not open source, but it's very good for research. Next, this is work from Gemini, not from Gemini, but well, from Google, how it can simplify text. So the idea is when a model answers you, you want people to be able to understand the answer. So this is how to make it simpler. Uh, Interesting, in marketing, there is the same idea. When you're writing advertising, you want to write it for like a 5-6-year-old child. Then people will understand your advertising and buy your products. Okay, Open Alpha Evolve. So this is a project to kind of copy the behavior of Alpha Evolved from DeepMind, but it is open source project. So this is for research and developers, and this is the GitHub link. Blip. So the idea is using prompt to create features in your images. So how you add certain features, how you convert text into features on the images. So these are these models to generate clip image features. It uses diffusion transformer, open sourced by Salesforce, and these are examples. Workday. I used Workday multiple times as a consultant. I had to fill out timesheets. And so this is logistic of businesses like human resources and so on. It automate HR, finance, legal tasks. Workday is a cloud-based enterprise service used by over 60% of Fortune 500 companies. So now they have AI agents, contract intelligence, supplier contracts, contract negotiation, document-driven accounting agent, frontline agent, contingent sourcing agent, and so on. So this is the logo of Workday, and this is a big, very well-known company. And yeah, so now they're using AI more. FastMCP, open source MCP framework, so GitHub, Python. So this is example. It's very, very easy to use it. Microsoft Magentic-UI web app. User can interact with the multi-agent system that can browse and perform actions on the live web, generate, execute code, generate and analyze files. And there are several agents in this framework: orchestrator, web server, coder, file server, user proxy. It is open source under MIT license, which is very permissive, human-centered, collaborative. So there are some systems which are proudly say this is like multi-agent autonomous system. This is collaborative. This is supposed to work with a person together to achieve result. OpenAI buys a company, designing company called Love From for $6.4 billion. So there is a video. This is a frame from the video where Sam Altman and Johnny Ive talk about the future. So they are designing a device which is not a phone, something else. They are very secretive about it, but they want to sell millions of copies of this device in 2026. So it's a physical product. Johnny Ive is very famous. It's like a legendary designer behind Apple iPhone and MacBook. And there's actually a team of about 50 people. So the whole company now becomes part of OpenAI. And yeah, we'll see what they will come up with. Next, Sana Labs, AI-driven solutions for business. You can think about it as a consulting company. So they build custom AI agents for businesses. They do it very fast. They have different kinds of agents which are proven to work. They're grounded in customers' data. So you can do customizations without writing code, compiling, analyzing data, onboarding new hires, automating compliance audits, answering product questions. So the company is in Sweden. Shopify, build online store with AI in minutes. So Shopify, of course, it's a big, very well-known company, automated store builder that creates complete storefronts from simple text descriptions. Major upgrades to Sidekick AI assistant now supports voice conversations, screen sharing, can also handle tasks like running reports and creating discount codes. So online business now becomes AI driven, AI agents driven. Bytedance BAGEL. So Bytedance is a huge Chinese company, and they released open source model which is small and multimodal. So these are some examples of what it does. So model understands and generates both image and text, outperforms some leading visual language model, and yeah, it is open source under Apache license. Next, Vercel. So this is again commercial product. They have plans 20 a month or 30 a month, and this is to do web development using JavaScript frameworks. Well, it's good. It's available via API. It have long context length, and you can give it text and images and tell it what you want, and it generates the web application for you. Next, Amazon Vulcan robot. So this is the hand. It's not a humanoid robot, but what it can do, it has a sense of touch. So it uses AI and can recognize objects by contact, capable of picking up, moving, storing, while processing large percentage of the inventory. It's first robot capable of feeling what it does and knows what strength and speed to apply to avoid damaging the item. The robot other arm has a suction cup that can grab anything it wants, and with the camera and AI to make sure it only picks one item and not several by mistake. So Vulcan learns from its mistakes, understands how objects behave when touched. When an object falls, gets stuck, or not recognized, the system logs an error. Vulcan is operating on the logistics centers here in the US and in Germany. It already processed more than 500,000 orders. Can handle approximately 75% of available inventory already. For now, it's only being used to pick up items located on the top shelves, on the bottom shelves, so that humans don't have to strain themselves to reach up or down. Uh, Okay, this is a very, very insightful article. So this is a link. I highly recommend to read the original, but here is the summary. So the title of the article is 99% of all AI startups will be dead by next year. And here is why. And you think it's exaggeration, but actually when you will read the article, it is very, very convincing. This article argues that the current AI startup boom mirrors the dot-com bubble 25 years ago and predicts that 99% of all AI startups will fail. The core argument, the wrapper problem. So the author says that most AI startups are just LLM wrappers around OpenAI GPT models mostly, with no real technology of their own. So the author discovered that 60% a month podcast tool he used could be replicated under $4 using OpenAI API directly. So these companies, they wrap the models into like nice interface, and they charge a lot of money, like overcharge hundreds percent or sometimes 1,000% over what they're actually paying for the model. So the entire AI ecosystem relies on precocious chain. So wrappers depend on OpenAI, OpenAI depends on Microsoft Azure infrastructure, Microsoft depends on Nvidia chips, Nvidia controls the hardware. Most wrappers companies burn cash on freemium users and then essentially subsidizing OpenAI growth while bleeding money themselves, and eventually they will go away. So the potential black swans event, hardware disruption if NVIDIA supply chain will not perform, a regulatory intervention, and a paradigm shift, new AI approaches. So the author argues that only infrastructure companies will survive market corrections, those that other depend and cannot easily replace. Most current AI startups are building user-facing tools rather than foundation infrastructure, and the lasting winners will be companies building irreplaceable infrastructure that entire ecosystem depends on. So companies which survive are, well, picks and shovels, right? Next, OpenAI Codex. So Codex is not a new thing. OpenAI went through multiple iterations of Codex, but now we have yet another iteration. So this is their cloud-based version of AI agent. So you see the interface. What should we do next? initially available to GPT Pro subscribers. I'm a Pro subscriber, so I should have access to it, but I haven't tried it. And just to remind you that Claude actually is better. Next, Word PM 72B family of models, developed by Qwen. And the idea is that it's actually not a new idea. If you remember the term reinforcement learning with human feedback, the idea is that when the model works, users asked if they like the answer, yes or no, and these answers are used to train a separate model to kind of learn what people like, what people don't like. And then this separate model can be used when a new LLM is trained to evaluate its responses and making them better, right? So this is a similar idea, and they tried different model sizes, and they found that models smaller than 72 billion parameters not performing well. So the model can be used for fine-tuning as RLHF optimization, integrates into reinforcement learning pipelines, improving in-house evaluation by 4-8%. So it represents a breakthrough in unified preference representation learning through large-scale training. Right. The difference, like this particular model, it was not limited to single domain. It kind of generic. So this is archive article, GitHub, it's open source, Hugging Face, YouTube. Okay, next. You probably saw this on America Got Talent. There are some AI generated like fantastic figures and transformations. People transform into tigers, like whatever. And the technology behind it is very interesting. Well, first of all, of course, the projection, which is a set of mirrors and projections using some laser projections and so on. But how this fantastic videos are generated. And what we have behind it is this company called Metaphysic. It's actually in London. It was founded 4 years ago. And this year, they were acquired by another bigger company for almost $2 billion. And what they do, they have a technology, for example, to do deep fakes in real time. So you have this face, and in real time, it converted to Elvis Presley, right? And so they take a lot of images of both faces, they compare the features, and they do a real-time translator, kind of when you translate English to French, like using LLM. So here you translate the features from one face to another in real time. And they do the whole cycle. So they have the mirrors, the projectors, the voice, the video, everything. And yeah, it works very well. But what's really interesting about this company, this is just the beginning, because if you go to their website, and this is generated, like if you see, like that's absolutely amazing. So this is the future of Hollywood, like what you can do, what you can generate using this technology. Okay, next, cautious prompt phrasing yields better result. So when you're talking to LLM, you can bark a command at it, or you can be like gentle and use cautious prompts. And when you use cautious prompts, LLM takes time to explore different possibilities and actually comes with the higher quality answers. So, well, use the words like possibly, presumably, instead of definitely, exactly, and so on. So this is interesting for people who are writing prompts. AI, for some strange reason, struggle to read analog clocks. Maybe because they don't have enough data in their training data with clocks. Or maybe because they simply don't understand the clocks. So there is a paper which analyzes this, and yeah, this is an interesting topic. I really like this video It's coming from Elon Musk. I'm not sure if it's Elon Musk. It definitely uses his imaginary and his voice, but he talks about a simple idea that the first thing he does in the morning, he spends 1 hour thinking about the most important things to do uh, before he starts checking emails and so on, and how this helps him to become really, really productive. I really like this video. Next, LM Arena was just updated, and what we see on the top, we have Gemini 2.5 Pro. So this is for English queries, and this is for coding. We don't have Claude 4 yet, so probably we'll have it next week, and I'm sure it will be high up, maybe on the first place. Yeah, other than that, it's mostly the same as before. So this is uh, jobs page, again about the same. What's interesting that the top AI researchers receive obscene amount of money, so over 10 million annually. And this intense competition for AI talent has led to aggressive retention strategies and recruitment tactics mirroring professional sport levels. Okay, so this is just interesting. Okay, this is me and usual, and thank you.